the deal, everybody? Thank you for joining us to our second part in our Oculus Quest 2 review. My first video was more or less unboxing the Oculus and seeing what was inside, all of the materials and the packaging. But for this specific video, we're going to be talking about gameplay, the things that I've learned and had to adjust to just to play the Oculus. Now, before we jump into all of those good things that I just told you, I want to make sure that everybody has the chance to like, subscribe, tap the notification bell, just so that everything I post, you're totally aware of. It pops up on your timeline and you're like, oh snap, there goes Merc. Before we start talking about games, gameplay, and all of the footage that I've accumulated for you all, I want to talk a little bit about my Oculus device itself, all right? Now, as you can see, I did buy myself an updated headset, if you want to call it, all right? The original one that it comes with, it was a little too flimsy for me. And obviously, the Oculus itself is very front heavy, very top heavy, all right? And you're doing a lot of neck movements. You're moving around a lot playing this. So I really felt that I needed a little more support for the back of my head. I got a big head. And it really does help. I don't know if any of you knew about this, but it is extremely helpful. And it really takes off a lot of the frontal weight that you get when you're playing this, all right? That is something that I feel attributes to you playing the game for a long amount of time. You know, it's too heavy, it gets uncomfortable, and when the battery dies, you need to charge it. I really only play the Oculus for intervals of like, I don't know, I would say like 30, 40 minutes. You know, I don't necessarily play it that much like that, like all day long. I really play it in small increments. Now, besides that, the Oculus has given me absolutely no troubles. I was able to turn it on, power it on. Once you do those things, you are allowed to set this Guardian barrier mode, all right? And it pretty much stops and allows you to stay in a certain area of your room, really engulfed in your virtual reality that you set for your home screen. And it allows you to not necessarily go tripping over your bed, bumping into the corner of your desk or your tables, or flipping over your couch. Once you complete the Guardian Invisible Force Field mode, you continue on to load up all your preferences. You load into your Wi-Fi, and you don't have to, but you load into your Facebook. And this is something that I really wanted to talk to you guys about, because I figured that a lot of people may not want to have Facebook, and from what I've learned, you don't have to. Logging into your social media really just connects you to other people that possibly might have an Oculus, all right? You're able to check your notifications on the Oculus, which I found to be extremely cool and helpful. Along with Facebook, you can connect your phone so that notifications pop up on your screen. It's really awesome. In terms of load up times or battery life, you do have to let this thing charge for a while, all right? It's not something that you can boot up very quickly and just juice to the max, okay? A lot of people out there, just like you see me modifying my headset, they have a lot of different mods where you could put an external battery pack which connects directly into your Oculus. I've seen some on the front, on the side, and in the back. And I just feel like you already got a lot on your head, okay? Dealing with this Oculus, I feel that the less would be better when you're wanting to play and be free in these worlds, playing these games. I feel that this is a perfect time to segue into my very first video game, all right? We're gonna talk about Paranormal Activity 4. Now, I'm gonna keep it real with you guys. I don't know if you know this about me, but I'm gonna share a little something, all right? I hate haunted houses. I hate being scared. I think I might be epileptic, because when I see those strobe lights just flashing and people running up to you with a big ass knife and some costume, it really creeps me out. So picking Paranormal Activity probably wasn't the best choice for me. The game really entails you running around this extremely large home, trying to find clues that lead you to figure out what happened to this family. From what I could accumulate, you're some sort of realtor or a friend of the family, and you go in, but everything is haywire. And while you're in the house, so many things happen to the point that you get spooked. I mean, there are times where I look to the right, there's nobody, and you look to the left, there's nobody. Okay, cool. You look back and there's someone in your face. I love horror and all types of scary movies, but there's something different when you're immersed in this virtual reality world where things are popping out. You can hear things so clearly to the point that you know if something's behind you to the right, if something's coming around the corner. I love the way that this game was synced up. I did have a couple of glitch moments where I had to restart the game. Irregardless, I had to stop playing this game because it was scaring the shit out of me. I had to switch to something else, and that's where we go into The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners. I'm sure that a lot of you have heard of The Walking Dead. You've watched the show, you've read the comics, or you played the video games. This is a very exciting zombie action thriller game. You get to customize your character and you get to run through these different towns. You are equipped with so many goodies in this game. That's something that I loved, all right? The accuracy, the hand and eye coordination that is needed to play these video games is so incredible. It's like I told you in the beginning, when you're playing this VR, you really gotta acclimate yourself to this condition. I love all of the different weapons you are given and the ones that you're able to create in this game. Unfortunately, I haven't gotten far enough that I've been able to accumulate a bunch of different items to take it back to a certain location and create a different weapon, because I have a revolver pistol, I got a damn screwdriver on my left, and an axe. I really don't need too much. And what I love is you can use your hands, you can climb things, you can definitely stop a zombie that's running up on you with your hand, scavenger around, grab a spoon, grab a knife, anything, stab him in the head, man. It's really fun. It's a cool way to let off steam. I play this game majority of the time. I like to come home from work, throw on the goggles, and go ahead and kill some zombies. It took me a little while to get used to the scariness of being in these empty homes and these scary cryptic mansions in the video game, and zombies are around the corner you may not know. You have a flashlight. There's so much that you could do, man. You could literally stick to the story, or you could kind of go rogue and figure out what you want to do. And that's what I really liked about the Walking Dead Saints and Sinners game. So the next game on the list is this Star Wars game. It's called Vader Immortal. It's really cool. I haven't really got to see who I am in the game in terms of who's my character, but all you can see is your hands, obviously. But so far, I've got to log into my spaceship, take a galactic flight really far, and get to know my first mate or my robot. I even ran into Darth Vader himself. It's a really awesome game, and there's really something cool about being in a spaceship while you're traveling, looking around in the VR. I find myself always doing that, admiring all of the beauty that's around me, man. People took a lot of time to make this seem realistic, and when I play the game, I'm usually in this chair, so I don't necessarily, I'm not up, I'm not running around, I'm just like moving a lot like this with the remote, and I'm looking under and shit. It's very comfortable. I don't know if anybody plays VR, but if you can get yourself in a little swivel chair, it's gonna be the best gameplay ever. And a lot of the movements are very fluid, and that's what I wanted to tell you as well. Not all of the games are played the same, so certain ways that you move when you play with that Joy-Con, when you play a game like the Darth Vader game, you really don't move around so freely. You have like an arrow that you can direct where you want to go, which is a little weird, but you get used to it, all right? Like I said, this is a game system that you gotta learn from scratch every single game. A lot of the other movements are pretty normal, but you know, there are very big differences between each game. Being that I don't really play the game for hours upon end, I don't have any rashes on my face. I didn't find anything super uncomfortable about the headgear other than the strap that it came with, but I upgraded that, so I really don't have much of an issue. Now, you gotta have a strong ass neck like your boy if you really gonna be playing, ducking and grooving and moving and shit while you playing this, but that's the real enjoyment of it. You get so lost in it. A lot of the times, I'm running around, I'm fighting people, I'm putting guns to zombies' faces, and then I take my mask off, and I'm this close to the wall, and I'm like, damn, son, I didn't even know I was this close. I could have banged my shit a couple times, but that's what that Guardian invisible force field does. It kind of keeps you from doing that. It's really cool, man. I don't know if any of you have really played the Oculus, if you've met anyone with one, but it is a game system that I'm gonna give a 10 out of 10. Another really awesome thing about it is when you're playing this game, you can cast your gameplay onto a monitor, onto a game system, or your phone, anywhere that you can download the Oculus Quest app. And from there, you can literally put it on a TV screen, you can put it on your phone, so people can laugh at you when you're running and ducking from ghosts, or they could be like, damn, that's cool, you just sliced that zombie open with a spoon. It's crazy. At the end of the day, I hope that you guys love this review and you think about getting yourself an Oculus too. But you already know what it is, man. It's your boy, Merc. It's been a pleasure. But I'm out.
Movie, but we know that you acting. With all of this heat, melt you up like you plastic. Niggas will switch up on you in a moment. Like a stack of hundreds, I'm never folding. Heard they changed on me, I never noticed. Hit her and her friends, once that's a bonus. At the top, but I came from the lowest. Married to the money, yeah, I'm devoted.